Hello, and welcome to another episode of Surviving the Narcissist. This is Wanda, and I talk about narcissism from a personal, I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, professional, I'm a certified life coach, and a spiritual perspective because everything is spiritual because we're mind, body, and spirit, and they all work together. And also, the purpose of this channel is awareness and education. And if you are in a narcissistic, abusive relationship or toxic relationship, to get out and get help. Because I do not do diagnosis, so there is a difference between having a narcissistic personality disorder and having narcissistic behavior. It's on a spectrum. So on this week's episode, we're going to talk about flying monkeys. And some people say, well, what are flying monkeys? Well, that term was phrased out of the Wizard of Oz. Because in the Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the West would have the flying monkeys go and do her dirty work. And so that term was utilized when we talk about narcissistic abuse because the narcissist has flying monkeys. And the flying monkeys, in addition to they can be a victim of narcissistic abuse, or they themselves could have narcissistic behaviors and tendencies and behaviors, and they get enjoyment out of being flying monkeys. So flying monkeys is an alternative to the phrase abuse by proxy, which means that they enlist others, narcissists, to carry out their dirty work. So a narcissist can't work alone. They use enablers. But when we talk about narcissistic abuse, they're called flying monkeys as opposed to enabler. To perpetuate the facade of control over the victim, so it looks like they have control over you, the narcissist refers to third parties. And the flying monkeys, which are the flying monkeys, they are deployed to sustain, influence, and manipulate the victim. So the narcissist and the flying monkeys are working together. And they take their orders from the narcissist. But if the flying monkey is a narcissist or has narcissistic behaviors, sometimes, they do what the narcissist tells them to do, but sometimes they add on, take away. And so that is why you have like a lot of triangulation, because the narcissist is saying one thing, the flying monkeys are saying different things. But the purpose is to attack the target of the abuse. The purpose is to maintain an illusion of power because the narcissist feels powerful. They have all these people willing to do whatever they tell them to do, and to control the narcissist. The narcissist uses to control the victim. So the primary way that flying monkeys are used is in smear campaigns. And we'll talk about that in another video. So because the narcissist is not loyal to anyone but themselves, they discard the flying monkeys once they achieve their intended harm. So they're basically using the flying monkey. And so they will be discarded. So flying monkeys can fall into two categories. The first category is they can be willing and complicit, which means if they're willing and complicit, they will have narcissistic tendencies. Or they could be well-meaning flunkies, which means that they might not be aware of what's going on. So when they're getting information, the narcissist may say, well, I'm really concerned about this person. And because I'm concerned about this person, I know they may not want to talk to me because they're closer to you. You have more of a relationship with them. You know their family better. You know them better. So they're tricked into getting the information. And they might go back and they might say, well, I'm having financial problems. I'm having problems on my job. I'm having problems with my child, whatever the situation is. Because the person that is the funky or deluded or tricked, they trust the narcissist. So they don't know that they're being abused or used. And so when they go and get the information, it's going to be accurate information. And that's the purpose of having a flying monkey. The person that is complicit and willing, I have found that they know what they're going to get out the deal. So whether it's, or what they think they're going to get out the deal, because they are going to be discarded. But before they're discarded, they may get money. They may get privileges. They may get a position. They're going to get something out of the deal. When dealing with flying monkeys, you have to be extremely cautious. Because whether they're being willingly participating in the smear campaign, or if they don't know that they're participating in the smear campaign, they cause harm to us. So that's why, as usual, I say you have to have very good boundaries. And one boundary is, do not provide any information that can be used against you, because they can weaponize anything. And so I just have like a blank stance that I just don't share certain things with certain people. And we'll go over what information is safe to share and what information is not safe to share. Because when you are talking to people in a personal relationship, there's no confidentiality. So when we suggest that you get a life coach or a counselor or someone that is familiar with narcissistic abuse, well, it's not only because we have the personal experience and we have the professional experience. Well, because we are professional, we're under a code of ethics. So if you tell us anything and we tell, there's consequences to us professionally. Well, if you tell something to a flying monkey, well, they'll just go out and repeat it. And then if you say, well, I told you something and you told this person, well, I was just concerned about you. If they admit that they told it. Well, why would I hide anything from people in our family? Or if they are willing participants, they'll just straight up and lie. Well, I'm not the one. I ain't say it. You might have told other people. They'll start gaslighting you. And I'm going to stop at this point because I want you to take in this information on flying monkeys. And if this video was helpful, I want you to like and subscribe. And I also want you to leave your comments if you've had any experiences with flying monkeys. And also, please visit my website, www.visionofrecovery.com. In addition to free information, I also offer a consultation to see if you're interested in working with me as a coach to help you go from being a narcissistic victim to a survivor, a thriver, and an overcomer. And until next time, be blessed.